Hey everyone, and welcome to World Heritage Journey, where today we're at the agricultural landscape of Southern Oland in southern Sweden. So today we're on the island of Öland off the coast of southern Sweden, and it's a really unique geological landscape. There's a plain of limestone just in the center of the islands, and then very fertile farmlands on either side, which have been farmed for thousands of years. The farming that still happens here today is done in much the same way as it has been since those times, so let's have a look around. One of the unusual features of Öland are the line villages, where the farmhouses were all together in a very small area. And this was quite common in Sweden until the land redistribution of the 19th century, at which point the farmhouses were moved out into the country. But that process was never done here in Öland, partly because of the limestone plateau, and it meant that not everyone would have access to good farmland. So we've moved now up onto the plateau in the center of Öland, and it's an area known as the Alvarez. And it's a large limestone plateau with a very thin layer of topsoil, like you can see behind me. Now what this means is that it's useless for growing crops and not much good for growing trees either. And it's the reason why the landscape here has been unchanged for centuries. In the 19th century, the Swedish king was redistributing land all across the kingdom, but up here things couldn't be redistributed because of all of this useless land, which meant that everyone had to stay in their traditional villages down in the fertile lands below me. Scattered around the landscape here, you can find little remnants and relics of people that have come before, and it's really fascinating. A fantastic example of that is this Rune Stone that you can see behind me, which dates from around 1000 AD. It's dedicated to the memory of a local chieftain who was as strong as the sea. So we've come now down to the southern tip of the island, and this is where the king used to have hunting grounds and a special farm to produce goods for his court. And the pasture lands here were quite good for growing hay, which is what they were used for a lot of the time, but these days it's just used for grazing cattle. And the stone walls that you can see behind me are actually quite important to the area as well, because they're all made from local limestone and they delineate the boundary between each person's land. And I think overall, I've quite enjoyed the World Heritage site here because I wasn't sure how obvious it was going to be, what makes it so special, but I've really understood, I've learned something, and I hope that's come through on the video as well. But that's it from me. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I'm Joel on the road, and I'll see you at the next World Heritage site.